Welcome back to another episode of the Presence of Being podcast. Thank you for being a part of everything that we're building here at Presence of Being and listening to these recordings. I sincerely hope that you get some value out of listening to these recordings. And I say this all the time, but it's very important to be conscious of what you give your time and energy. Both your time and energy are very, very valuable assets. And you should only really give your energy and time to things that provide some sort of value to you. So the fact that you are spending time listening to this recording means a lot to me. Now, since it is still early in the new year, I want to talk about a few things that I think you can implement into your daily life or just somewhat consistently to help you make this new year the best year yet. Now, something that I do talk a lot about is developing clarity and having some sort of definiteness of purpose surrounding what it is you want to do. And in the beginning of the new year, I think it's such a great opportunity for you to get clear about what it is you want, the kind of person that you want to be, and what it is you want to go after in this new year, the kind of standard that you want to set for the type of person you want to be in this year ahead. And I was recently listening to Outwitting the Devil by Napoleon Hill, which is a great book, and I really enjoy listening to the audiobook version of this book because Napoleon Hill in the book is having a conversation with quote-unquote the devil, and the devil kind of just symbolizes negative forces that prevent people from achieving their full potential. Think of the devil in this book as like fear, for example, or negative habits. And Napoleon Hill in the book is having a conversation with the devil, and the devil is essentially confessing what he does to limit people from going after their dreams, achieving the things that they want. Now, I do believe I've spoken about this book briefly in a different recording. I can't remember which recording it was, but there's actually a great story surrounding this book. Napoleon Hill, if you know Napoleon Hill wrote Think and Grow Rich, which is a very popular book in the self-development space, but he wrote Outwitting the Devil in 1938, I believe. But the book wasn't published until 2011 because Napoleon Hill and his team thought that the book was too controversial to be released at the time he initially wrote it, which I think is just fascinating. If you do choose to go ahead and pick up this book and read it, or if you listen to the audiobook version of it, which I recommend, it's kind of fascinating. The fact that this book was written so long ago, like almost 100 years ago, not quite, but almost 100 years ago, and it was too controversial to be released. They thought it was too controversial to be released at the time, so they had to wait years and years and years until they could publish the book. Now, one of the biggest concepts in the book is that you can either choose to be someone who has a definite plan for their life and knows what it is they want out of life, or you can be someone who just drifts through life, not knowing who it is they want to be, not knowing what it is they want, and getting just that. If you are someone who drifts through life with no real intentions about what it is they want or who it is they want to become, if you're someone who doesn't have a clear goal, clear purpose, clear mission, and they let circumstances or other people control their decisions, you're going to end up unhappy, unfulfilled, unsatisfied, and that's just a horrible way to live your life. Now, if you live with intention, if you get clear about what it is you want, you know who it is you want to be or the kind of things that you want to go after in life, you have a clear purpose or a clear mission in life, and you're definite about what those goals are, for example. If you know the types of people that you want to associate with, if you know the types of people you want to not associate with, if you have a clear image in your mind of how you want to show up in the world, if you take responsibility for your actions and your behaviors, if you choose to embody traits that are going to help shape your character in a positive way, if you choose to live in faith rather than fear, then your life is going to be incredibly enjoyable. You're going to be fulfilled in the things that you do. You're going to be satisfied in how you're living your life. So the purpose of this recording that I'm making right now is hopefully to inspire you to become someone who has intention and someone who has clarity about the direction that they're going in, or the kind of things that they want in life, or the things that you want in 2025, this new year. Coming into this new year with intention, with purpose, with clarity about what it is you want or who it is you want to be, will enable you to see opportunities that help you get closer to making those goals a reality, or becoming that person, becoming the person you've gotten clear on. There's a part of our brain called the reticular activating system, or the RAS. And what that part of your brain essentially does, it helps filter and focus your attention. It's like a sorting system of information. And basically how it works, it's like a gatekeeper essentially. And it decides what information is important and what information isn't important, what information you should focus on and what information you can ignore. Our brain is getting flooded with tons of information every single day, and what the reticular activating system does, it just gatekeeps the information and decides what is important, what information you should focus on, what's relevant to you, and what it is you want. If all of a sudden you decide that you want to purchase a red car, don't be surprised if you start seeing more red cars on the street, more red cars as you're commuting to work, more red cars as you're going to school, more red cars as you're going to the gym. You're going to see more red cars. Now, it's not like those red cars weren't there before. Your brain is just seeing more of it. You're just perceiving more of it. Your perception is what creates a reality. Your beliefs are what create your reality. Getting clear about what it is you want kind of programs your reticular activating system. When you focus on a specific goal, when you focus on a specific desire that you may have, your reticular activating system is going to filter out distractions and essentially is just going to redirect your attention to things that align with what it is you want, whatever that goal might be. That's why I said you're going to perceive more opportunities or perceive more things that are in alignment with that goal once you get clear about what that goal actually is. So many people don't know what it is they actually want. What is it that you want? Get clear about what it is you want. Don't just say, I want to be fit. For example, what does having a healthy fitness routine look like for you in your day-to-day life? What does that look like? If you were at the best place you could possibly be in your mental and physical well-being, what would that look like? How would you live your life? What kind of things would you do on a day-to-day basis to keep your mental and physical well-being and health as a top priority and in the best shape it's ever been in? Get clear about what those things are. Don't just say, I want to get fit. That's a vague request. The clearer you are, the better. When you get crystal clear about the things that you want, not only are you going to move with more purpose and intention, you're going to move with more confidence. And this confidence is incredibly attractive to opportunities and people. When you become self-assured, people gravitate towards that energy. Confidence signals the fact that you trust yourself, you trust who you are, you trust where you're going, you have trust in your abilities, which makes other people comfortable when they're around you. And they're going to want to be around you more. When you know what it is you want, when you have clarity surrounding what it is you want, you have a clear sense of direction, you know where you are going, and you go where your vision is. When you have this positive energy because you're focused, you're clear, you're self-assured, opportunities are going to come your way. Because when you have this confidence, you aren't attached to needing things to happen in order for you to feel fulfilled, in order for you to feel okay with yourself. People who are self-assured in who they are, they don't rely on external things, external circumstances, people externally in order for them to feel fulfilled. They are okay with who they are. That is incredibly magnetic. Good things, opportunities come your way when you aren't attached to needing them to come your way. People are attracted to people who are whole and know they're whole, not people who are desperate and needy. people are drawn to people who know what it is they want, and people who aren't going to just accept everyone and anyone that comes into their life. If they are in alignment with the types of people that they want in their life, then okay. But if they're not, because they got clear about what it is they want and what it is they don't want, or who it is they want in their life and who it is they don't want in their life, if they're not in alignment, then they're not going to be welcomed in that person's life. And that's okay. You're allowed to have preferences. You're allowed to know who it is you want in your life and who it is you don't want in your life. You're allowed to get clear about what it is you want generally and what it is you don't want generally. And the types of people who actually have clarity around what it is they want, good things come to them. They're magnetic. You become more intentional and more on purpose as an individual when you have clarity surrounding what it is you want and who it is you want to become. Period, full stop. So what the actionable piece of advice in this recording is, get clear about what it is you want for 2025. Pull out a blank piece of paper, journal. You can do this on your computer, or you can do this by hand, but get clear about what it is you actually want in detail. The type of person you see yourself becoming who has the things that you want. Who is this person? What does this person look like? In as much detail as you possibly can, create this vision for your life. From the moment this person wakes up to the moment that person puts their head on their pillow before they go to sleep. What does this person do on a day-to-day basis? What kind of standards, values, and principles do they live by? And who are they on an identity level? Character traits, morals. Get as clear as you possibly can. Who is this person that has the things that you want? Craft your ideal in this document or on this piece of paper. What do you want your life to look like? Like I said, from the time you wake up to the moment you go to sleep. Where are you living? How do you dress? How do you walk? How do others perceive you? What's your mission or purpose in life? What do you do for work? How much money are you making? What are your non-negotiables? On an identity level, who is this person in as much detail as you possibly can? Start to feel it as you're writing it or as you're typing it out on your computer. Feel it, feel into it. And another big thing, don't just write down things that you think would make you look cool. Don't write down the kind of things that you don't really want, but everyone else wants them, so you should want them also. This activity needs to be personal and take some time with it. What I recommend you doing before even getting started is spending 5 to 10 minutes in meditation, quieting your mind, connecting with your intuition, and figuring out what really lights you up in your heart. If you were the most authentic, genuine version of yourself and remove yourself from your ego, like what is it that you actually want deep inside? Like what will fill your heart up? Connect with that feeling of wholeness before you go ahead and write this down. And then write down what it is you want from your heart in as much detail as you possibly can and feel into it. Like I said, really feel it. The more detail you get in this specific practice, the easier it's going to be for you to visualize this life and really see it and feel into it. And when you feel it and it causes you to feel a certain way in your body, you start feeling the emotions of your dream, your future in advance. That's going to trigger you to start taking action and make it happen. That's going to start enabling you to see more opportunities that are in alignment with whatever it is you need to do in order to get there. We all have bad days and we're going to take action, and sometimes we're going to fall flat on our face and things aren't going to go the way that we originally planned them to go, and that's okay, because you can always remind yourself of what that dream or what that goal feels like when you do accomplish it, when you visualize it, and when you're going through a shit day. Remind yourself of that feeling. Remind yourself of why you do the things that you do. Put yourself back in that visualization, which you can only really do once you get clear about what it is you want. One of the easiest things I think you can do whenever you're having a shit day or whenever you're feeling like things aren't going the way that you originally planned them to go, or things aren't going, necessarily so smoothly, is just take a moment for presence, take a deep breath, and then remember your visualization. Start feeling the way that you want to feel again. Don't let things get out of control without you taking a moment, returning back to presence, and reminding yourself why you do the things that you do. Put yourself back into that visualization and feel into your vision that you've gotten clear on whenever you're having a bad day. The clearer you get on this specific vision that you have for your life, the clearer and more obvious it will be in terms of what character traits need to be embodied in order for you to actually get the things that you want. It's going to become pretty obvious and pretty clear that you need to become a specific person in order to get specific things. Instead of always focusing on the specific outcome, the goal specifically, also start to realize that who you are as an individual, the kind of person you show up as in the world, certain character traits need to be embodied in order for you to get the things that you want, get those goals. So whenever you're going through a shit day, for example, or things aren't going your way, understand that this is building character. It's just the way that you perceive certain events and circumstances that happen in your life. If you fall flat on your face, you can accept defeat, or you can realize that every quote-unquote defeat or every quote-unquote failure comes with it the seed of an equivalent success. That's a Napoleon Hill quote also. You can see that everything that's going on in your life is a lesson, and you can learn something that's going to enable you to build more character, that's going to help you become more successful in the future or more successful in doing something else. And that's an incredible perspective to have, I think. In addition to building character, which as we know, helps us become someone who is capable of actually getting to our goals, someone who embodies the character traits of a successful person, it's also our beliefs that are going to make such a huge impact on how we see the world. If we believe something about the world, or we believe something to be true about ourselves, even if it's not necessarily the truth, it's going to affect the way that we carry ourselves and the way that we see the world. Your identity, your character, these things shape the way that you see the world and the way that you carry yourself, the way that you operate. Getting clear about who you want your identity to be, what we want our beliefs to be, and how we want to operate in terms of our character traits, these are all so fundamental and so important. And a lot of people just don't take the necessary time to reflect upon these things, figure out how we want to live our life. Like, people just don't take the necessary time to do this. And if you can do this, you'll transform your life in such a positive way. Focus on becoming the person who is capable of achieving the things that you want, not only the goal itself. You do this by getting clear about what certain character traits you want to embody and that you think is going to help you get to that goal. You do this by figuring out what kind of beliefs that person has about the world and about themselves and who they are on an identity level, the kind of habits that they embody. Once you get clear about what these things are, getting to the goal becomes obvious. You're going to naturally operate in ways that help you get there. You're going to naturally do things that help you get there. You're going to naturally have this drive and faith in yourself. You're going to feel inspired and motivated and disciplined to make your dream a reality, to get to your goals. It's about being intentional about who it is you are, what it is you want, living on purpose, living in alignment. So for 2025, get clear about who it is you want to be and what it is you want to achieve in as much detail as you possibly can. And if you can do this and you start to feel certain on a day-to-day basis, you're going to start living more confidently and be open to opportunities that help you make your dream a reality, make your goals come true. Get clear in as much detail as you possibly can who this person is, what they have, what their character is like, what their beliefs are like, what their habits are like. Meditate on it, feel into it, and remind yourself of this vision frequently. Look at it often, feel into it, see it, feel it. Repeat it to yourself, read it to yourself. Hold on to that document and review it a lot. And I'm telling you, you're going to make this year incredible for yourself if you do this. I truly believe that this is a life-changing exercise. If you choose to do this, let me know. I can help you Also, if you have any questions, just DM me on Instagram at Presence of Being or on TikTok, and I'm more than happy to answer any questions you have when it comes to creating this document, what specifically you should be incorporating in this document. And if you don't know exactly what it is you want, meditate. Meditate. Increase your time in meditation. You'll be able to connect with your intuition. You'll start feeling more whole and full as you are. And you'll just notice that something wants to express, something wants to be expressed through you. And you're going to feel inspired to create and work towards something. Create something. Get clear about what it is you want and who it is you want to become. And I promise you, it will impact your life in a positive way. I highly recommend listening to or reading Outwitting the Devil by Napoleon Hill. It's a great book that talks about everything that we're talking about in this recording. Being on purpose, creating a definite plan for your life, having a definite chief aim, developing clarity around like who it is you want to be. I highly recommend listening to this book. You can listen to it on YouTube, I think. But yeah, I hope you got some value from listening to this. Let me know if you have any questions. You can always DM me, like I said. And I hope you're having a great day wherever you're listening to this. Thank you for being here, being a part of Presence of Being. And I will see you in the next recording very soon.